This building looks really cool on this side, Amanda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to Incredible Tiny Homes, everybody. We just had a show before a show.
We did.
I was
the show before the show.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ace?
All right, today we're going to show our Incredibox. It's getting ready to hit the road. Joey's up there putting the metal on it today.
Yes.
And we're going to water test it and get it out of here. So we just kind of been hit and miss a little bit. We got so much going on, but we want to show you a little bit what we do when a Incredibox leaves and these lists of kind of inspections that we go over to make sure the Incredibox is ready to leave. All right? This is boring. What's cinematic?
Just say something.
Okay. Let's do this in cinematic. Ace, you ready, buddy? I'm gonna try to put Ace, carry him like a sack of taters.
Look here. Hang on, don't do it yet because I'm not. Wait a minute. Hold on. I want to see what this looks like. Hold on.
Look.
I want to see what.
How's that, buddy? Hey, I'll carry you around today. How's that? Look at him. Hey, hang on. It's good. Oh, it's okay.
It's
Watch.
okay.
Look at his tail wagging. Ready?
Look at him.
Hang on. You stay. Look, I'm gonna go down. Elevator going down. Good boy. How's everybody? Oh, we're gonna do. Look, he's ripping the clothes off me.
You're having to fight him on.
Gosh, I don't feel like doing anything today.
I don't either.
I just want to run off.
Yeah, just run. Oh, R-U-N-N-O-F-T.
Yes, with a block of wood on the gas pedal. Yeah. I don't know. I feel weird today.
You feel weird?
I feel weird.
You don't look weird. Are you an alien?
I feel like I look weird. Yeah. So, what do you want to do? We got an Incredibox leaving.
Yes.
I feel good. It just, you know what I did? 2 days, you know, I know exactly what's wrong with me.
What's wrong with you?
So, 2 days ago, I went to the gym and I thought, you know what? I'm going to do some legs. I don't like working like my legs a lot because I got some bad knees and it gets so sore, right? But I mean, I can squat down and I can pick him up. Oh, sorry, buddy.
Oh, bless his heart.
And pick him up and do stuff, but you get so sore, and so
So you're a little bit sore.
I'm like, and it drains you. I'm like, man. So it just sucks the life out of you, doesn't it, boy? I know it.
Well, you know what's funny? I remember a long time ago when we did P90X, I didn't get sore until 2 or 3 days later. And why does it do that? I
was just, you know what? I'm like, well, the weakest thing on people are their legs.
Is it?
Yeah. So as they get older, I mean, my legs have always just been built for hauling. That's all I've been. So I've always been kind of stout on my legs end of it. But I was like, nope, let's keep it going, Lord. So it just sucks. You know.
Well, did you overdo it?
I overdo everything.
That's what it was.
Everything.
Well, and you're sore, so you.
So, but I'm all right.
Yeah.
I just need to get rolling, going. I've been doing drawings this morning, knocking a couple of them out, sitting down doing it. I'm so glad when we've got the model homes. There's no more drawings. We've got our 9 models, and we just work. I'm just so looking forward to getting in here, getting these Incrediboxes going. We got Incrediboxes going on right now. We got 4 trailers. They're putting the seating down. They're putting the floor joists on it. And we're, like I said, we're going to get 25 of these out within the 90 days, and I hope we get 50 out within the 90 days, which started February 21st.
Yes.
So we're already 5 weeks behind, and we're going to go ahead and get caught up, and I guarantee we will make it, you know. So anyway, that's where we're at. We got one going to California today. I'm going to go and I'm going to sign the inside of it. Somebody said, that feels weird for me to sign it, but the Incredibox was something I came up with, and I thought, well, might as well, you know.
Well, it's a new thing.
I feel weird signing it, Amanda.
It's a new line. Well, you're going to sign it because we're going to make you sign it because it's
cool.
I know you feel weird about it, but I mean, you created it. It's a creation. So why is it different than like a Bob Ross painting or something like that, or a Van Gogh?
Van Gogh.
A Van Gogh.
Yeah.
It's a Randy Jones original. Remember, we came up with that a long time ago.
Yeah.
And but this is your creation, your designs, and I love it. People love stuff being signed like that. Plus, maybe somebody can take your signature and, like, you know, do
forge it, put it on a check.
Forge it on a check.
Well, you know, somebody asked me the other night about the Incrediboxes, you know, and I said, man, I'm just so excited about them because they're, you know, Will asked me today, when are you going to put it up to 25? And I said, you know what, Will? I don't know. I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, I like what they are. I like they're selling at 20. You know what? I like the feeling. Isn't that weird? I just like a feeling of knowing there ain't nobody else doing it for 20 grand. I know it's
a great feeling.
That's just the most terrible business frame of mind to have. You know, everybody's got to be plus and minuses and all this stuff, and you got to, and we got to make money. But man, I just look at this and I'm excited about where it's going, about the people that are going to be able to live in them. You know, we were looking at over 100 some homes now that have been sold. You know, and oh yeah, and then everybody, if you've not been contacted by us, you may have got an email this morning, but we didn't know for some reason to check spam. And we had 81 people that your email went to our spam. So I know that might be a simple oversight. You think, why didn't they check spam? I don't know. I don't know why we don't, but now we do. So a lot of people went to spam. So we're calling you right now. So if you guys have not been part of being contacted before, some people like, hey, they don't hear from us, they'll send something else to be contacted.
Well, and two, but just so everybody knows, they weren't directly sent to us. What happened is that they filled out the form. It went to Sam, and Sam forwarded them
from the website or something, right?
From him, his, you know, he forwarded it, and it didn't get to us. So it just got found out yesterday. So there was 81 of those. Amber's already took care of it, already sent out information for them because they were trying to get information on an Incredibox. So some of them may have got through another way, but she went ahead and sent it to all 81, and so everybody has been notified.
Awesome. So there might be...
Stuff happens. There may be more.
181, Amanda. Yep. So we showed it yesterday a little bit. I can't remember what we showed, where we stopped, because I know we...
Well, what we did is that...
dedicated our video to Bill yesterday.
We probably want to tell... We did. We dedicated to Bill, and that was so nice. This is our to be continued video, but thank you for the comments. Beautiful, beautiful thoughts, prayers, comments, Randy, for Bill and his family.
I hope his family sees that video.
Oh, me too.
They can see it.
It was just so sad. Very sad.
You know, the tiny home community, of course, our community we got here with our followers and stuff like that, it's just real. People are real. Everybody,
it is.
People know about going through stuff.
That's right.
So,
well, and where we left off, we had done that, the dedication for Bill, and then we went into the shop, and then we were walking out of the shop, and tell what happened.
My microphone died, so Amanda had to put the still shots together to finish up the video. So,
yeah.
And it was too late in the evening to redo a video.
Yeah.
So we were going through the inside and showing you. So we're going to show you right now this Incredibox, right?
Yep.
And Joey's putting on the last of the roofing trim, and so let's walk around a little bit on the outside. And then I've got a checklist. I didn't really want to go over it. It's just a checklist that we go over this thing. It's really a main checklist we do on all of our homes. And it's got trailer and exterior, interior, bathroom, kitchen, lights, you know, all that information. And I've crossed out the part that doesn't pertain to the Incredibox. And then we go through that, and the guy will check it, and he'll initial it. And then what we'd like to do is when these homes get to where they're supposed to be, right? Then the homeowner goes through and they check off and make sure while the driver's there, and we want to get a report back, and then we're going to call after delivery and say, hey, how was the home? Was it, you know, was it given in the right, you know, did it come looking good? That's it. So we start off with a bare trailer. They've already got sheeting on these trailers.
Wow.
So, hey, let me show you a trailer here. All right. Okay, so we got two different trailers. This is the main trailer we have. It's got a C channel on here, and it's a lightweight trailer because the whole house, the whole trailer and house and everything is only, you know, I don't have my calculator on me, it's about 4,300 pounds.
Okay.
That's including the trailer. Now, if you take the house has got 80 panels. He's got his ears in. I want somebody to calculator, but it's 80 times 17 pounds. So each panel is about 17 pounds, right? So 2 times 17 would be what, 3,400 pounds? So it's under that. So you're looking maybe right around 3,000 pounds.
Okay.
So this is going to be about 1,300 pounds for a trailer itself. It's got brakes on the axles, okay, and we've got leaf springs. It's got lights, everything that makes this trailer legal. It's a DOT legal trailer. And underneath here, as you can see, these are uprights. They're on in each corner, and we bolt the floor joist down to the house. That's your light box. All your lights go to it. And then we got a breakaway safety when when you're traveling down the road, and it's got a pigtail and a goose in a tongue jack. It being so light, being able to level these on your site is so much easier because you can actually use that tongue jack to crank up and down. So what I do is like this, right? Look, this is so easy. Of course, there's not a house on it, right? But you can go up. When I go get a house, I'll lower the tongue all the way down to the bottom. Take it as low as you can, raises the tail up. Put your blocks underneath the back, and then you crank it back up until it's level, right? Let's say you don't have a level. You know what I do? I'll go in the house and open my cupboards, and if the cupboard's open or my front door is a big deal, and it's on hinges, and when it continually opens, then you go, I got to keep going a little more until that door just stops, and it doesn't come back, and it doesn't go forward. You're darn close to being level. So you really, if you have to just go that because you don't have a level on right there where you're at, you can actually use your cupboards and your front door to actually see if you're level or not, right?
Okay.
So this is a trailer. This is a pressure treated plywood that we use. It's 1/2 inch, pressure treated, won't rot. We like using this better than the metal. We used to put metal under here. Now the metal would come in sheets and they'd have to spot weld it and all that, right? What I like about it is he's using self-tappers to self-tap into the C-channel all the way across, as you can see here. See, it's screwed down. So it's screwed down, screwed down, screwed down all over. And then we take these floor joists right here, right? And we'll put them across, and we can screw up underneath. Then we put a band across this, which is a typical framing, and we'll put them here, just like that.
Okay.
All right? And we nail our floor joists and done. Now the biggest thing is of speed and quality. So our big thing is we want a house that's perfectly square. So if you pull a diagonal measurement from corner to corner, right? You want it to be the same. So I've taken my tape and I go across, and let's say it's 135 inches. I want it 135 here. This corner with this plywood gives Lucas exactly. He doesn't have to measure anymore. Once this plywood, he can snap a line, he can cut it and make this home perfectly square right now. So these floor joists actually follow the perimeter of this plywood.
Okay.
And it makes it so much quicker. So what they're doing right now is the very, very beginning to making this house straight and perfect and nice and efficient. Because if this is off, it's going to follow us all the way up.
So when did you switch over from the metal to the wood? Was it the Incrediboxes?
It was a couple months ago.
Okay.
When metal went from $40 a sheet.
I remember.
To almost $200.
Gosh.
There's just no way.
It's just too much.
You're talking
we can't do
$500–600 just to put metal down on a house, you know, on a bigger house.
Yep.
So I said no, and we love. I used to do this years ago, the plywood, and got into metal because our trailer guy said, you know what's probably more efficient for us for you to put the metal down. We don't have to put the wood down. But now
financially it's not feasible.
Things have changed, and now we like doing this, you know. So this is an Incredibox trailer.
Yeah.
All right.
This is how it begins.
This is how it begins right here. We got 4. Now you can see these guys have been out here probably no more than an hour or so.
Yeah, right.
And the boy in the red, he just started today. That's Bubba's son. He's just kind of here for spring break.
Okay.
He's here for spring break. So you can think about it. We only got Luke is doing this, and we've already got 4 of these done in about an hour. So if we had 3 more guys out here putting the floor joists on, Lucas doing the plumbing and the wiring, we're going to be going about every 2 hours. We're going to have one ready. So I was talking to Mike this morning, and we're going to get together and we're going to put our brains together of, okay, when we're going to put our supports inside and our jigs to put our panels together and our windows and our doors and our supplies. That's going to be fun. So we're excited about it.
That is going to be fun.
Yeah.
I want to catch a lot of that footage
them.
of that, of how the beginnings of, because it's getting ready to go in the building. Are these going in the building?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And we bought a garage door yesterday. It's a 12 by 12 garage door. I'm going to put it down here.
Okay.
We're going to cut it in, get these things so we can wheel them in and wheel them out.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
So it's a big challenge for us to be able to say, hey, how many can we produce? We've got all the materials we need. Look at the showers we got stacked up
I know.
over here.
We had to.
We got everything we need. We got tons of panels. We got a lot of supplies. We got our floor joists.
There are so many things. The showers, the windows, and everything like that are so far out. We had to go ahead and get them.
We got hundreds of windows stacked up in here. You
so
see them?
Yeah, let's go look.
Look at these things.
I mean, we've got windows. This is like having a stack of gold at this time.
Yeah, so we've got,
wow.
Here's our 203Os. Look at the doors we've got back here. We just picked up 28 more doors. So you guys want to know when we sell a house or when you pay us for your house, this is what we do. We buy stuff.
And what's weird, you know what this is looking like? This is looking like Jeremy's place over at Moorestown, because it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we've got our own supply house.
Well, I told him, I said, you all need to move over here with us. So I said, we'll build you a building and everything. So.
And that's her house. It's getting touched up, getting out of here so she can move in.
Yeah, and that's going to the prairie.
It is.
Yep, Dave's in there overseeing everything.
All right, so
I'm excited about the Incredibox. This is the first one. It's not the prototype. It's yours was the prototype, but this is the first one. Yep,
we made a couple changes like we showed. Well, we didn't get to show it yesterday.
That's what we're about to show.
So let me get this ladder so you can go inside.
We showed it yesterday, but we actually didn't.
No, somebody said, hey, what about bugs and what about stuff coming up inside my house, right? Okay. So what we're doing is you got this plywood and it's screwed down everywhere we can screw it. And then we put our floor joists and we screw that down. Then we fasten it down with these metal prongs sticking up that's welded to the trailer.
Yeah.
It's insulated and it's sheeted. There's no varmints, there's no squirrels, there's nothing going to eat through this to get up inside your pipes and in your electrical wiring.
Yeah.
Okay? This is a really nice process right here.
And this one is going far, far away.
Seattle. It's about as far as you can get away from here.
I mean, we're talking Seattle.
Right here. All right, so on the outside, all windows have a nail flange where you screw it into the house. And let me show you over here. We've got this window right here, and we just put this little trim. This is just a metal trim. You can take those screws and pop them off if you like, but it covers up the nail flange behind it.
Okay.
It's siliconed, it's screwed on, it's waterproof. It's actually waterproof behind this. This is just for aesthetics.
Yeah.
Now, all these corner brackets, this corner here, inside, outside corners, is the strength of this house. So you have your panel. This is a vertical panel and a horizontal across the top. These screws are about every 3 to 4 inches, the entire part of the house. That's what gives it strength. It's a metal sheeting on the inside and in the outside.
Now, somebody asked the question about maybe, well, it had to be on the outside, but the colors of this metal on this house does not matter, correct?
It's a primer metal, so it's a gray primer.
Okay.
So what do you mean it doesn't matter?
The different colors. She had mentioned something about there was a green with around the black. Said, did the green mean something different? The colors don't matter.
No. Well, this is a sheet metal that we get.
Okay.
And sometimes we get, like yesterday, we went and got a bunch of sheet metal coils, and it's all kinds of colors.
All kinds of colors.
You know? Yeah.
So the colors don't mean anything?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nope. Sure doesn't. There's another window because you got your kitchen windows a 2030, your bathroom's a 2030. Then we got 3 of these. It's a 3040, and then of course your door. So you got 5 windows in a little 8 by 16 house. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Well, let's go inside.
Okay.
All right, now we're in.
Yeah.
In the Incredibox. This is a half glass door, and it's right hand. So when I walk in, it's to the right. It swings to the right. That means it's a right hand. Swings to the left hand. Okay. I'm always teaching stuff. All right. So when I come in, the first thing I want to, I don't know if you guys can tell where Amanda's kind of pointing the camera, but it's just so big in here. The living room area and the ceiling. It's just, you know, in a camper, I think they're only like 7-foot ceilings. That's 9 foot. I want to go back to the door, but I just noticed when I'm standing there, it's like, wow, look at the room in here. You know, you could actually, if you wanted to, you could actually put a loft above this, and you could have more storage if you want. I personally don't want to do that because I like the feeling of it being big. So when I walk in here to a right-hand swing door, you got a deadbolt and a regular. That light switch, we don't have it hooked up to the power plugs. It activates one side of this plug, right? One side, which is a lamp here, and it comes on so you can see inside your house. I didn't put a ceiling fan in here or an overhead light because all these panels, there's no voids in here, so we'd have to run an exterior wire up the wall, across the ceiling. I just didn't like how that looked. All right, turn that on, done. Somebody said, well, what are you going to do about air, Randy, circulating in here? Perfect question. So over here, we have a little plug above our loft that we said we would put in. So there's a plug for you that you can put a little fan on here and oscillate and just kind of, is that the word? Oscillate?
Oscillate.
Oscillate.
Yeah, I think it's oscillate.
You can just make it move.
But now you have to crack the window though.
Well, that's another thing.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Okay.
Yeah, for moisture and stuff.
Right.
Right. But like for cooling, but like if you want it in here, and let's say you got heat, right? You got your heat going, and heat rises.
Yeah.
You're going to want to move the air in here. You can put a fan and it'll blow the air around. That's the big thing about heat and air. You've got to keep your air moving. In the summer, when you put it, you can cut an air conditioner right inside that hole right there, right in the wall, and just plug it up. Now, when you plug that in, now all the cool air goes to the floor. Cool air drops, heat rises. So you can take that fan and move the air again, and it'll move and circulate the air.
Okay.
So when I was living in mine during the heat, everything's on one floor. Yeah. So you don't have that vaulted ceiling because you're not up in that. So you don't have to worry a lot about cool air moving around. If it's hot, I always had my little heater on the floor, and it actually blew across the floor. And when I got up in the morning, my floors were warm. You know, so depends on how you want to heat the house. Now we've also, talking about heating and cooling, inside this jamb right here,
which is new. This is some of the new stuff that got changed.
Yeah, yep, we added. We sure did. We added coolant lines. So they're copper coolant lines. It has the coolant up. It runs up here across. So if you ever want to put a mini split, you can mount a mini split above your door, and then it goes outside. And outside you got electric, and you've got your coolant lines, and the drain line actually runs straight down. And you can go, and all your condensation will drip underneath the house. So it's pre-plumbed and ready.
And this is about how thick is that? That's
well,
good, what, 3 inches?
Yeah, it's enough to put a plug, and we're going to put a plug in here today.
That's right.
And that's for if you want a TV. I know a lot of people liked where I put my TV right here. So we're going to put a plug, put a TV. If you want entertainment center or just shelves or whatever you would like later, you've got electricity to do that. Now, we got another plug over on this side. And that's for your refrigerator. Now we built this box just to house the water heater. The water heater is underneath this. You take a couple screws out, pull it out, service your water heater, put it back, and that's what's underneath here.
And that's a 19-gallon water heater.
Yes, we were going to put the water heater up here, but you can see how tall this is.
Yes.
Now the water heater is probably about 3 inches less height than this, but man, that thing would have to come down here and it would just be too much.
Yep.
So I put it back where originally was going to put it. Now let's say you wanted to be off grid and you're saying, you know what, I want a tankless water heater. The water lines are right there. Very simple to take your water lines and mount it behind your toilet like I did on my house. You can put it right here, and then your gas line can go straight through the floor.
Which brings us in the bathroom to show that's a lot. If you don't do that, so how much space you have.
Yeah, well, Amanda made out the point, and I'm glad I moved this window in about 12 inches. And so you've got a ton of space to put more storage in your bathroom. I know everybody needs some storage in your bathroom. Also, what we've done is in the floor here, there's a hot, cold, and a drain line right here, hidden behind that block and in the floor, that if you ever want to add a half-moon sink, you can put a half-moon sink right here. Beautiful. Great. You can put a mirror right up above it.
And then let me show, because there's so much room here. And then this is the shower.
That's a 32-inch shower, and we talked about that we talked about we lost the video yesterday. This wall is made, or these cabinets are made. I shoved everything over about 4 inches to accommodate a 36 and a 32 shower. The reason we can't say, hey, you're going to get a 32 or 36 inch is because the availability of these showers are crazy now. So they're shipping us 32, 36s. So you may get a 32, you may get a 36.
Exactly.
We're hoping that we can put 36s in all of them. All right. So I moved that up. There's a little spacer there. Another thing that I've changed in this house, actually moving the window over, the cabinets over a little bit, is you get a little bit more space here. I moved the light switch for the kitchen is on the right side instead of over here, which I like. You got 2 separate plug circuits. We made this backsplash a little thick. It's about 3.5 inches thick up here. So we made it, you know, you got to build a backsplash because these are GFI plugs and there's a box that goes in them. So either we dig into the metal and we recess them into the metal and cover them up, kind of like we did on the floor. Yeah. But I thought, let's make them bigger. And this is like a shelf.
And you can set stuff on this.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and this is a windowsill here. So I liked how that looks. So that's a new addition to what we're doing.
And you framed out the window.
Framed out the window completely. Mine just went up and across. And I said to Joey, I said, let's go up, across, and down, even though there's nothing behind it. Okay, so when we run our electrical to this switch, you have a wire that goes from here, behind this metal, into there. Super simple. The electrical on this, if you ever want to change or add to or adapt,
it's very easy.
Easy to get to. Pull this off. All your electrical's behind this right here. Everything's exposed. Right. Now, to talk about electrical, we can go into the base molding of the living room. So your panel box is underneath your cabinet here. Yes. Oh, so sore, Amanda. Wow. Yeah. So, look here. How do you open this thing up? I can't even get to it.
I think it's under the bottom, isn't it?
My finger's on it. So, let's see. How do you open it up?
And then is it the whole thing?
I can't do it.
Huh.
Me.
What?
See if
that was always a go-to as a kid. You stick something right in your mouth.
Yeah. Look here. What's that? Ooh.
I bet that's,
look how pretty that is. Well, yep. Let me see if I got my key in here. I can open it. But that's your panel box with all your breakers?
Yeah.
Okay. So, hey, buddy. I know it. You know what? I'm glad it's tamper-proof, isn't it?
I'm telling you. Look at that.
What are you doing, mister? You don't want me to get in there.
He's ready to go play.
What are you doing? You don't want me to get in there? Huh?
Well, to believe us, it's a panel box.
Yeah, that's all your breakers are in there.
Trust
all right. Hey, Clint. And then, so out of there, you're going to run a circuit. There's a wire, just a wire, right? In the floor, under the floor. It comes up here to your electrical. Okay. So there's one wire that would run from there to that plug. And then you take another wire under the, in the floor joists, it's like Lucas and them guys are doing. And you drill and you loop it up here, you go back down, loop it up, go back down, loop it up. And then so everything's hidden in the floor. Yeah. We put the base on. That whole base is because it's covering up the floor edge where it meets the wall. And then you've got to put a box for your receptacle. Then from that receptacle, we go up and we make this hot, right? That makes our outside light hot. And then back down, we've got a 3-way switch for our light switch, all right? So we got like a 4-strand wire. Anyway, I'm starting to get technical on you. This is your outside light. Your outside light is right behind this box, drilled through, mounted on the outside. Super simple. Okay. I love the simplicity of how we're trying to build these houses. I do too. The electrical, the plumbing. Think about the plumbing on here, if you will. When we do our plumbing, we got a drain line that goes straight. Yeah. You got shower and toilet. Okay, so then it dumps out right here, and I'll show you where the sewer, the water, and the power is outside here in a minute. So your drain for your shower goes, your toilet goes, and then your kitchen sink, it comes across right next to your shower. They both tie into a Y and out. Okay. And then your water lines from here straight, and we just tee off, done. You tee up your water heater, toilet, and sink.
Everything looks simple to me the way you're explaining it. to get to. Easy to get to that. Just unscrew the water heater. Easy to get to that. I'm assuming that's an access panel.
It's an access panel for the shower.
Okay, for
yep.
the shower. Yeah.
And you can paint that. You can take that off. You can do something. Right behind it is a hole, and behind there is your valve for your shower. It's the only mechanical part that you would probably have to get to someday to replace.
Right.
That's all.
Exactly.
Underneath the sink, let me show you here. And I know the guys.
But the house is still have to be. It's still got to be cleaned. It's not ready.
Yeah, it's not clean.
Clean it out. Yeah.
You can see they got two holes where they misguided it, and the reason was because they had this offset, and they didn't know. So we're going to cover that up with some trim.
Okay.
But what we've learned on this is when we run our plumbing up through the floor, we have to offset it inside the floor just a couple inches so it can actually come inside the cabinet.
Okay.
But what I do like about it is you have so much space in here. The drain's not going through the middle of the floor.
Okay.
All right, it's everything's set back as far as you can to give you the most storage in this cabinet.
Space. And then too, you know, these are the matrix cabinets that you said. What are they made out of? What?
Maple.
Wood? Maple.
Yeah.
They're really deep.
So you can see the sides. This is a dovetail fit.
Yep.
There's no knots in this. This is all wood, maple finish.
Right.
And you got soft close.
Yeah.
And they're nice and easy to wipe off.
Yeah.
Beautiful. This is what we use in our high-end homes.
It is. Now, one of the things that we talked about yesterday that y'all didn't get to hear is the walls. How do you prep for doing something to the walls? And once you do stucco, that's
right.
Right?
Yep. I'm glad you brought that up. So this is a primer color here, right? So it's not a shine. It's not a gloss. It's a primer metal gray. All right. So you can paint right over that if you like.
Yeah.
Let me show you, you may have to prep the walls. Now, on my particular house, you see on the video on the website, man, I just painted it. That's all. Just painted everything and I was done. If you want your smooth walls, you may take sheetrock mud and you may, we call it mud or spackling, if you will, in a bucket. And you can spread this out and cover up all your screws and everything.
Right.
There's so many things you can do.
Yeah.
We use stucco, of course. You guys have seen the stucco you can do. And then we pointed out Paula's house. She has one like this, and it's we called it steampunk.
Yes, steampunk.
Steampunk, and she took that's kind of like a Victorian and all this modern looking and industrial.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, and she took these foam squares that were 2 foot by 2 foot, and they had the swirls like a Victorian ceiling tile.
Yeah.
And she painted it, and then painted a copper on it, wiped it off. It looked like it was copper. Old, like gray, green looking copper, and then they glued them on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Done.
That was it.
And your screws are gone.
Yeah.
You know, do you ever remember that wallpaper of bamboo?
Yes. Yeah.
Just like a textured wallpaper would look really cool here with just a piece of wood, put that on the bottom. Yeah. There's just so many things.
There's so much you could do. But one of the points that we made yesterday was that Randy said, once you stucco, you're committed.
You're done.
So you need to do any painting or any other kind of experimental stuff on your walls before you stucco, because stucco's the final deal.
Yes, and if you use a stucco flex, F-L-E-X, stucco flex, you can go on YouTube, you can look at the stucco flex, and you'll see the durability in that. Now it's a water soluble, all right? But if you get it on your clothes, it won't come off.
No,
isn't that weird? Even with water, it won't come off. But it's water soluble. If you get it on your hands, it'll wash off, right? On the walls, forget it.
No.
It is in it. It's not. It's a waterproof, or I should say, water resistant. So if you put it on the outside of your house, it'll never leak. It'll keep water from coming in.
Right.
If it's on a flat surface, like we don't put it on a roof, because if the water sits there, the manufacturer said longer than 10 days, it'll actually start breaking down the stucco.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why you don't use it for roofing. Yes. Now on the walls, the water hits it and runs off.
Yes.
Great. It can do it for the longest time.
It'll be fine. And
that material has actually been tested in the Arctic and in the tropics.
Oh, wow.
And everything in between.
And it has the reason why it's called flex, it has an elasticity in the product, doesn't it? It's not like your standard stucco that was really like what was it?
Masonry.
Masonry.
Yeah,
yes.
and it would crack, and you need wire behind it. You can take that stucco right out of the bucket and put it on the wall, you know? So that's a good product. But, you know, I'm excited about the first 100 people that bought our Incredibox. We're having a contest, and whoever decorates the house the best and people vote for the winner, that person is going to win another Incredibox.
That's amazing.
For free.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
one thing before we, I don't know if we already talked about it, but I don't think we talked about the storage lock and the measurements.
You know what? I wonder if he's got. I got a screen. I could get a tape measure on there. This is about 19 inches. Okay. All right, from here up, and this is 80. This is 78 inches here, 80 inches here, and then you get about 19 inches. Now from here back, it's about 34 inches deep. Okay. So in the very back, you got 16 inches tall. All right. A lot of space. You know, you guys have seen I've got totes in here, and my totes don't even go all the way to the back. And Amanda made a point. I mean, you can put a pair of skis back there. Oh yeah. Snowboards. Just
well, we started talking about too is that, and I've been looking it up, but go on to Amazon or just go on the internet and look up magnetic decor. Okay. Okay. And look up certain type of magnets. If you have a snowboard, let's say you're a snowboarder and you want this kind of cool looking, you know, ski kind of place, or just somewhere to store your stuff. Find some way to magnetically put it on the wall.
There you go.
You know,
because it's all steel. Everything's on here.
Steel. Now I wonder through the stucco, does it adhere through magnetic?
Yes.
Okay, it does. Okay.
Well, it depends on the magnet. You know how strong it is. Like you can put your clothes in between the magnet and the wall.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to give any ideas, but I thought about something on that ceiling with those magnets.
Oh, really?
I mean, you could actually get material.
Oh, yeah.
You know how they do, you know how in their Arabic, they have like a loop of material. You can have striped, you can have...
You can have anything. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to put on. I would do as many plants as possible. I would live in like a greenhouse house.
Oh my God,
is what I would do. A living wall. But I would use magnetic pots and things like that, or put magnets on the stuff that I'm hanging on the wall and get it hung up on the wall.
When I get time, I'm going to do some more stuff to my house. This is just, you know what? You know what makes it fun is because it's only 20 grand, right? And it's like, wow, you can just have fun with this. If you make a mistake, it's not a big deal. Yeah. You got a $100,000 house with sheetrock and beautiful paint. You don't want to scratch anything. It's pristine. That's not going to be my house. I want something where I can. Tom said, if you get in this truck, don't eat peanuts. I'm like, I just kind of have a way of kind of
destroying stuff.
Look at him. He's ready to go to bed.
He's done. The last thing, because I think, well, we probably need to talk about the roof has a slope to it. What do you call that?
Okay, so it's a shed style roof. This is the high end of the house, so it's 9 feet. Okay. Okay, so from floor to ceiling is 9. Back where you're at is 8 feet, so it slopes 1 foot for 16 feet long. Okay. Now the roof is one solid piece of metal that runs 3 foot wide all the way. There's no seams. It goes all the way, all the way, all the way. Everybody, they always said about an RV, it's not if it will leak, it's when it will leak.
It's when it will leak.
This is a fortress.
It is.
Metal on the inside and the outside. It's not going to leak. You're done.
Beautiful.
This home can be heated with a match and cooled with an ice cube.
Yep. Done. And the spray foam inside the panels is what type of spray foam?
It is a closed cell polyurethane foam.
Okay.
It is the most dense, efficient foam you can get. Remember the cube that we had? Yeah. Okay, so we had a cube that was half this size. All right, it was 8 by 8.
Yeah.
Had a mini split in it.
Yes.
All right, and it was a SIPS panel. It was actually a real SIPS, and it had the white styrofoam. You know them cheap coolers you get? Yep. All right, it had that inside sandwiched in between the two metal. 8 by 8, had a mini split in there, and the ceilings were only 7.
It was low.
The mini split ran full time. I about froze in there.
It did. That is true.
This one, I've lived through the winter, the entire winter. And of course, we don't get a lot of cold, but it's been 15 degrees, down 15 to 20. That little bitty heater from Walmart, I never ran it full blast. And it kept me warm all winter.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have skirting. underneath my house, so the wind blew underneath it. And I think where I really benefited was that heat was blowing across the floor instead of being up high.
Yeah.
Because heat's going to go like this. It's going to go down and it's going to go back up. So my heat being on the floor, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
It helped. It made my floor stay warm. So
now, too, one of these things, since we're about to, this is the first one leaving. Just want to stress that this is the first Incredibox. It's going far, far away. Going to Seattle, Washington.
Far, far away.
Far, far away. So we want to make sure everything. We want to make sure all of our homes are done. But this right now is in the inspection phase. Right now, they are finishing
it. Right there.
That's it, right there. They don't want to miss anything. That is
That's it.
An inspection. But I want to talk about the biggest thing to me. Is about the water. It is still cold across the country.
Yeah.
We're going to water test it and tell what we do now.
Then after we water test it, make sure everything's good, we turn that water heater on. We're going to make sure that water heater works. We're going to go in the shower, turn your scald resistor up so it's hot instead of being lukewarm when you take a shower.
Yeah.
Then we're going to take it, we're going to add an RV, recreational vehicle, antifreeze to your water lines. So if Matt's going across and he has to cross the Rockies and it gets down 10 below or 10 degrees in this big snowstorm, you all don't have to worry about this thing freezing by the time it gets to you.
Exactly.
We've learned that the hard way. All right?
And when you receive your home, you have to what?
Well, when you get that home, we haven't got the policy officially done. But what we want to do is we want to require you, when our driver drops this off, is you plug it up to water, power, and sewer. Now, sewer is just going to be a drop because it's gravity fed.
Sure.
We want you to hook up the water, and we want you to turn everything on. Flush the toilet, turn your shower on. Hook it up to power. This house, I'm going to show you how we hook it up to power, is really simple because it's just a 110 outlet. So you see this plug here?
Yeah.
Okay, your whole house can run on one plug if you got a plug outside on a shed or a garage or somebody like that. I've got my tiny home hooked up just to a 20 amp or a 15 amp GFI breaker. Yeah. And I run a hot plate, I run my heater and my lights and my TV. Now the only thing I have is I've got a gas water heater because I'm going to be off grid or that would take off more electricity. Okay. Super efficient and simple to do. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything else? Because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask Amber whenever we go back in there. Yesterday's video and today's video, this is going to be what we send to people to kind of go over when you receive your
this video?
Sure,
it's a little lengthy, but
listen, they'll watch it and see what all's going on. They'll love it.
You know, when you get your home, you'll have a key. I mean, I've walked through the lights, I get the electrical. It's simple. It's really simple. I mean, it's self-explanatory. You got lights, you got plugs, and everything that's going on here, and there's your shower.
Oh, the one thing I wanted to talk about, probably maybe the last thing. I keep saying that, and it's never the last thing. But the airflow.
Okay, so Amanda looked at my door and she said, "How come your door's sweaty? Right? How come there's water on my door?" Well, I don't have a curtain on my door, so I take my towel and I hang it, right? And I hang it, and then when I'm taking a shower and all that, there's moisture behind that. So I take it off, it'll dry off. Now, I've also seen when it got really cold and I ran my heater, sometimes I like it cool at night, so I won't run my heat really wide open. So me breathing, I woke up and there was water condensation along my windows right here, right? And I thought, well, okay, there's no air exchanger in here, and there is no exhaust fan in the bathroom. Right. Right? The reason we don't, we're keeping the cost down. The cost down. You can add those things if you want later, or you just open a window. And that's simply what I did. So I went over here to my kitchen, and I opened my window, and I cracked it just a little bit, about like that. And that really alleviated my moisture problems inside.
But you have to have airflow. You can't keep all the windows closed and shower and cook and everything like that without having some air.
Yes, especially if you've got a propane heater in here. Oh my God, it is going to breed moisture in here.
Now, propane is there's an issue with that, right?
Yeah, yeah. It causes moisture inside your house. You have to let fresh air inside your house if you're going to use propane heat. Okay. The biggest thing is anybody living up north in these homes that you seal it up. It's so airtight in here. Yes. There's no fresh air. So you've got to get fresh air by cocking these windows open right here. Let me open these up. See, these are the locks. Yeah. Right?
Or have an air exchanger installed.
An air exchanger. Now, an air exchanger, it's about what?
About $1,000.
About $1,000.
Yeah.
I think they're about 800. We make, you know, we got to install them, right? So if you wanted an air exchanger, you got that plug right here. You just drill a hole, put it right there, and you got an air exchanger. You could put one up there.
But that's a decision you have to make.
You can.
You have to do something for airflow. And that's one of the things that we just want to make sure that you know, so you're not surprised or say, oh my God, I have mold growing and things like that.
So let this be a warning.
Yes.
That you do have to have fresh air in and out of your house.
Do.
Down here in the south, we leave our windows open most of the winter time, even when it's a little cool outside. Crack a window. Amanda, she leaves her door open.
All the time.
I mean, it's open. It's like this right here.
Yeah, like wide open.
Yep, it's wide open. Dogs come and go all the time. Cats go all the time.
Well, the snakes don't come in now because I got so many dogs, but I used to have snakes come in the house, but oh well.
So,
yeah.
But anything in a northern climate, you've got to get you some fresh air.
Have to.
If you're cooped up in here with no air and you don't go outside all day and you're watching Netflix and you're binging on carrots and rice.
If I was to binge, if I'm binge watching something, I'm going to be eating a pizza and some cookies and ice cream.
And if you do that, you're going to have sweaty windows if you don't open your window.
Carrots and rice. Oh my God, you're so embarrassing.
Yep.
Ew.
So, put some air in here. Oh, look.
Put some air in here.
There you go.
Okay.
Is that not nice?
Single bowl, single.
Love it. Yeah, single. Yeah. Goose. Look at goose.
Ah, a goose.
Your goose.
Oh, Ace, he escaped.
Gone.
All right.
Now,
first one.
No, hang on.
Oh,
we got to go outside. I want to show you the water, power, and sewer hookup.
All right, here we go.
Water, sewer.
You got it?
And they put the power on the other side. Okay.
Okay.
You're going to be able to get down in there?
What do you mean get down in there? Like where?
You got me on? Are we going?
Yeah, we're going. Where you want me to
get?
Well,
good. All right, get down here so you can show everybody.
Get down and do what?
You can't squat. What's wrong with you?
What?
All right.
I'm
This right here is what, if the water heater ever needed to be drained, this would go down, right? It just, water would come out. This right here is your condensation line for your heat and air if you ever want to put a mini split.
Yeah.
Over here, you have an exterior plug right here.
Oh, right there.
This thing has 3 exterior plugs, Amanda.
Okay.
All right, then right here is the sewer. You got to back up a little bit. What's wrong with you? Get on your knees. Look, right here. Here's your sewer. So that's a 3-inch.
I can't see there.
Let me have the camera. All right, so underneath here, all right, that's your sewer line right there. So you would put a 3-inch line right in here, right? Come down. And then right here is your coolant line. So if you ever want to have a heating and air system with a mini split, that's it. And then this is your main water line. We're going to put a 1/2-inch ball valve here before it heads out today. These are your ringlets. So if you ever want to keep this house tied down, you can hook that whole house to those ringlets, and then you can put it down in the ground like a mobile home does with the augers. All right, now the power. This is your plug. This plug goes up, twist lock, and I'll show you. Now we've put that on the other side of the house. The reason is over here, it is just so much easier because our panel box is right behind here. So we put the plug outlet, where's it at? Where's it at? Yeah, here it is. Here's our plug outlet right here. So right over there is your sewer and water, and on this side is your power. And the reason is because right behind here, he's got no screws, and the reason is because that's where our panel box is, where all the, here you go. You got pretty pants on, you can't get down on the ground. So all the wires are here, and then we run our outlet down to be hooked up. So let's say you go to a campground, right? Normally all your hookups on a camper are back here. We didn't make this as an RV. This is made as a home.
Right.
And that's why we didn't put everything back there. If you could think about it, the bathroom is at this end. To run all of your sewer would have to go under the house. Under this house is smooth. It's just perfectly smooth with wood. There's nothing under it. So it makes it really good for clearance. Nothing hanging, nothing can get snagged underneath it. And it's efficient. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's leaving tomorrow.
Yes. So, thank you for tuning in. Oh, another outside plug. So we had one on the face here, one on the other face, and one underneath. 3 exterior plugs on this. So it's really nice if you ever put skirting under here and you take the wheels off or a permanent foundation, and you want to put a little heat under the floor, you can use that one over there. You can put a wrap around your pipes if you want to keep them from freezing.
So you've mentioned that
nice.
before. So if they do skirting, it's safe to put some type of a heater underneath there.
Yeah, you know, you don't just set it on dry grass and stuff. You might put it in a metal box or a metal pan, set it there so it can heat. But it only kicks on like, man, you know, when it gets down to maybe 40 or 50, that's all. You don't want it 70 or 80 underneath there.
Right,
but
exactly.
it would keep your floor from being colder.
Well, and two, I remember the, I don't know, well, they've never pulled one of these, but they love doing, Matt and John love doing 8x16s. I knew that, but this is even lighter, correct?
Oh man!
So they're gonna. Matt's gonna. It's gonna be like it ain't even behind him.
That's what he said.
Yeah, he's gonna forget it's back
going.
there.
Yep. So we're curious. You know what's really exciting is that this is the first house.
First one.
And it's going the furthest away.
The furthest away, yeah.
So we're gonna get a good report back to see how this pulled, how it went across the country, if it hit any high winds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're excited, and we're going to send this to the homeowner. I'm going to have her send the link to the homeowner, but we'll condense it down, I guess. But you gave a lot of great information for all Incredibox owners. I'm sure they're not going to mind having this long video to go over an Incredibox.
Okay.
So
you know, it's just when you start thinking about it, like there's so many things really to a house. Like I was just looking at the hitch.
Yeah.
Like what size ball is that, right?
Right.
A 2 5/16 inch ball.
Okay.
You know, you need to know that. And this
2
is
5/16.
This is like this is your this is electrical for a mini split. Now, if you wanted to use this later for any other type of electric, you can, because it runs from here to your panel box to a breaker. So it's a designated one wire to the panel box. So if you want to have an electric barbecuer out here, you can wire a plug on this thing and wire anything you want electrically.
And you know what we'll do too is that, you know, when the people who've bought an Incredibox, when you get your Incredibox and when you start setting it up, if you have any questions, of course, just email us and ask, and then we will present it to everyone else. Say, hey, you know, they come up with this is happening, and this is how we, you know, told them to resolve it. So it's brand new.
And
You're kind of like a Jim Walter home. It's a brand new thing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be cool. I'd love to see somebody put monster wheels on their tires on that thing.
That'd be great.
It's just stuff I thought about yesterday. I was sitting there. No, it was over the weekend. I was sitting outside getting some sun because it was like Sunday and the sun was out. And I looked at my house and I got some ideas that I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm actually going to try to make my house float.
There you go.
I'm thinking about putting some flotation devices under it and see. So when we get, I'd like to get this thing where it's Incredibox, a 16-foot Incredibox. That's the one. I hope it'll be famous and everybody will have fun with it. It's like, that's why I want to keep the price down, because
affordable housing.
Most people can afford it. Most people. I know there's people that can't even afford $3,000. I understand that.
Absolutely.
But if you get to where you got somebody or a loan, there was, you know, we do have Hearth on our website. Now Hearth is based on your income, and it's a personal loan. So if you're not too upside down with your income and your debt ratio, you can get 20 grand, buy the house.
There you go.
I don't know what the payments will be if they're out. That probably, I would say what?
But you'd have
under $200 a month.
But you'd have a house.
This is crazy.
Amazing.
You could have a couple $100 a month payment if you park it somewhere for $100. But you can go in the desert and stay for nothing. You know, what do they call that? BME land or something?
Oh, BFE. Hey, clean it up. This is a family show, okay?
I don't know.
This is a family show.
But you can live really inexpensive. All right, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. We'll keep you posted on our Incredibox heading out today, or tomorrow night, heading to Seattle.
Exciting.
And there we go. We're already putting floor joists on.
All right.
Thanks.